5 years ago I bought this broken E46 M3 from a car auction with a rattly bottom end, with the view of removing everything from the car, including the engine, and putting it onto this BMW 3 Series Touring. Why? Because I wanted to build my dream project car, an E46 M3 Touring, but where this one will be unique to every other one on the planet is it'll be fully forged and it will be turbocharged. Now, I knew this was going to be an absolutely massive project to take on, and I knew it was going to be expensive, but once I got the idea in my head, I thought I need to do this. But there were some hurdles that we had to get over first. The vision for the project was to replicate BMW's one and only car that they made that unfortunately never went into production. We wanted my one to look visually unmodified, with a big turbo under the bonnet, preferably on display as well, which again we knew would be challenging. And the only other difference I wanted on my car, which BMW's own car didn't have, was I wanted a sunroof. But what actually happened to my car? Before we talk about that, let's rewind back to June 2024 to a point where we are more than halfway through this build.
Right guys, so we're currently at Bincar. I've got a Transit, trusty Transit behind me here. We're doing an E46 M3 Touring update video today, and we're going to make some massive changes to the car in this video. So the reason why we've got a Transit with the side door open is because I need to take some stuff over to VRS. We've got a fully refurbed set of 19-inch E46 M3 wheels, so we're going to be taking them over. They're not just a set of wheels, it's also got a brand new set of Michelin PS4 S tyres. We're going to be getting them over to VRS. We're going to be fitting them, taking the 18s off, fitting the 19s. We're also going to go to Dave the trimmer today to get the rest of the interior and get that fitted. And we're also going to be fitting a set of brakes, that EBC brakes. And then somewhere near the end of the video, the biggest part of the journey is we're going to be firing up that fully forged turbocharged engine and hearing it run for the first time ever. Let's get these wheels in the Transit and hit the road. Hello. So this is it, we've arrived at Dave the Trimmer, and you can see there is a crazy amount of wonderful cars here. They're all the time, isn't it? Some of the cars that you work on.
Yeah, it's pretty full on.
It is pretty, you've got a lot of cars here, clearly got a lot of work going on. And what I did just say to you off camera is, you seem to get all the cars at the nice part of the project.
We should do, yeah, it should be final stage, so everything should be done in advance. The engine should be in, running and driving, trim goes in, glass in. Customer, in theory, should be able to drive away, but there's always
little bits
at the end.
So that's kind of going to be the theory with my car. I know we're here today picking up the door cards, but it's going to come back at some point later on down the line to get the roof lining done and any other little interior bits as well.
Seat belts as well. I think
seat belts.
We spoke about, didn't we?
Yeah, because we're going to do like M-coloured, you know, like the F80 M3 comps. They've got the M-coloured sort of print on the seat belts, isn't they? We want to
tricolour running through.
Yeah. So we want to put that on our car as well. So door cards, should we head over to door cards?
Just over here.
So this here is original door cards down here,
there's some original door cards down here, which had quite a lot of damage on from whatever, don't know. But they're also a single speaker door card, but I managed to track down some dual speaker door cards. So you've got the additional one in here and then another one down here, so you can elevate the audio in the car, which is
even
good.
that, I wouldn't have even considered that.
But yeah, we've got your armrest done, so that's ready to go in. And then
the door cards, no way, that is amazing. Oh, so you've got the carbon trims.
So there is some here, whether any are matching in good nick. I think it's a case of taking everything.
We'll take everything
because they just pop in. You know, we'll have a view on them
because they look really good.
I know there's a little mark there, but you know.
Okay, that's fine. But the red leather's stunning. We colour matched the leather on an original M3, like an E46 M3. I was going to say an M3 Touring, but they don't exist. So we've got a Mola red interior, silver grey body. That's everything, isn't it?
Yeah. We opted to trim the handles as well. We didn't speak about that because every handle had a nick or a scrape in it as well.
Oh my God, that looks so good. Let me just grab that and show that on camera. So obviously the handles on the E46 just across the board, they're plastic. It
was just rubberized plastic. I mean, that one's stripped now, but yeah, it just has a rubber trim like that all over. The M3s are like the dark grey matte silver, aren't they? And then they have like a little elbow pad.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. But we couldn't really.
And usually, I was going to say, usually they pickle in the sun, so that all of that, the paint and stuff seems to pickle off over time. Yeah. So that's going to be hard wearing, and it looks incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah. It just made sense.
Yeah, it made complete sense. I'm well happy with that. And it's only a tenner as well, so I'm well happy. I literally can't wait till this car's done. Like, imagine taking a car to a show that's been done to this level, right? And it's a super rare car, an E46 M3 Touring. with a fully forged engine and a turbo and a sunroof. So that is it. Interior sorted. Shout out David Trim, I will link him in the description below. Obviously he does interior trimming, so if you need any bits doing, he's located near Milton Keynes. He does a wonderful job. He's been doing it for years, and turn that down. He's a proper sound guy as well.
So that's the interior sorted. It was now time to visit Will at VRS, who has now managed to get the engine in the car. But as you can imagine, because of the nature of this build, there's been some further challenges.
Right, so Will, this is it's going to be a big step forward with the M3 Touring today, isn't it?
Yeah.
I say today in this video.
Yeah, I mean, we're a long way from where we were. We've still got a lot to go, but we've got lots of parts turned up now that we didn't have.
Yeah, so a lot of parts. We've actually got so much stuff that's ready to go on now, haven't we?
Yeah, I've still got a couple of little bits to do before I fit some of it, but again, you know, we've got lots and lots of bits to go on, so
yeah,
finally.
And then also we've got the wheels going on.
19s, we're going to use the centre caps out of these wheels because they're the same, so we'll clean those, put those on. They're actually going to go on probably today because I want to see it with them on.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Send you a picture, you've got a picture.
You've said from day one, Calvin needs to put 19s on it.
Yeah, you know they look. I mean, these look alright. They look nice, but these just look so nice.
They do look more glamorous
when they're refurbed, you know.
Yeah, they're a lovely set of wheels.
And they fill the arches better, and it just makes it look more wide, the car, etc. So.
And can we put bigger brakes on? I guess because we've got bigger wheels.
Yeah, I mean it's going to have the 355mm EBC kit with 6 pots. So you do a bell with a rotor and a 6-pot caliper as well, which you're going to get in black, because it's more discreet and it's more classy, I think, for this.
Yeah.
Red looks good also, but I think it looks nicer in black. And then they'll go behind the wheels and they'll fill the wheel a lot better. Then on the rear, we're going to use the M3, obviously back end anyway, and the brakes, but we're going to try and develop a 4-pot kit with Stefan from EBC.
Wicked.
Obviously those guys do all the development. I'm just going to be like, okay, this fits or it doesn't, because the car's here. And they'll do the rest of the development for bracketry and stuff.
And I noticed on the floor over there you've got some suspension.
So yeah, Aaron from Bilstein's managed to get us a B16 coilover kit. So
that is amazing.
That's going to ride so nice with that on it. It's good.
It's going to be sitting good. It's going to have the right wheels on it. It's going to have brakes on it.
It'll handle really well. It'll ride really nice. All the suspension will be on. The brake. Well, it's going to EBC for the brakes. So
of course.
Fit all that. So, and then when it comes back, we'll obviously do all the alignment and stuff, and all the hubs will be powder coated and new bearings and the whole shebang.
Perfect. ECU as well. That's going to be going in.
ECU's all there. So we're putting the dash instrument cluster from the M3 donor car into this one.
Nice.
Which it looks immaculate, the cluster, so we'll just put that straight in.
Yeah.
Dave the trimmer has sorted the door cards, which are on the floor. Those lovely door cards sat on the floor. And then
that was me. Everyone in the comments can blame Calvin for.
That's all right.
I put bubble wrap underneath them. They should be good.
Yeah, that'd be all right. So I'm going to fit those on the doors, make sure all the switches work and everything, and fit the front door cards, etc. Daz has got the mirror bases. From the man that does all the Tourings in Hungary.
To fill you in further on the mirror situation, because the windscreen pillar on a Touring is at a different angle to a coupe, there is no such thing as an M3 mirror base that fits on a Touring. But we managed to find a set on eBay. They were M3 style mirrors that retrofit a Touring. Now they fitted straight onto the car perfectly, but they just didn't look right. So my new friends over in Hungary, Instagram name M3 Projects, have custom made me some cast mirror plates that are made so that our genuine M3 mirrors from our donor car can fit straight onto our Touring.
He's painted them currently. So then we'll get those back, so we'll have proper M3 mirrors on custom bases. They'll all be working electrically and everything with the M3 glass, the whole lot. I've got a brand new scuttle panel coming from BMW. We've got a new this sound end in here. It's all sort of ratty. So I've got a brand new one of those coming from Germany. The one in the M3's worse. So we've got a brand new one of those coming. The inlet manifold, I've just trial fitted it. I've got to just shorten down these very, very slightly, just for the crossbar. So they'll be shortened by about 10 mil. We've still got quite a bit of room in between, so I'll go as far as I can, just to bring the height down. They send them longer, so you can pick how, you can't add it on, but you can take it off. So, you know.
That's good.
Tonight, I'm actually doing these, so I'm blasting all these up and rebuilding them all, so all the throttles will be like brand new. Walter Motorsport's done all the manifold,
It looks
wastegate.
stunning, doesn't it? Doesn't it look so good under the bonnet now?
It's so difficult to get it in with a right-hand drive car. I've had to trim the engine cover here.
I was going to ask that. You've done a really neat job of that.
Well, we're not using that. We're putting a carbon one on it.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
So, yeah, so this is plastic and that's the turbo. So the two don't go together.
Sorry, you did mention that in the recent video, yeah.
I wanted to put it on and fit it. I know I've kind of wasted a rocker cover, but rather that I wanted to know that it was going to fit.
Yeah.
And it's going to work. Even I didn't want to go and buy a carbon one, it just not fit. So the carbon ones you can get, some of them are very expensive and some of them are easily priced.
Okay.
So what I wanted to do was just basically trial fit that and make sure it all goes on, which it does. All this has got to come off and go to Imeco to have the heat shielding on it anyway.
Okay.
So we've changed the turbo from a Precision to a Turbo Smart.
Yeah.
So Turbo Smart have been involved with the wastegate as well. We've changed to a single wastegate from a double for room. It's just impossible. Mike from Bolton FaceTimed me about 6 times and asked me to ring you and say, can we put this turbo underneath? I was like, Calvin won't go for it, Calvin won't go for it.
I wanted a turbo like that.
I know, and
so
he kept ringing me and he's like, this is impossible. I was like, it's not, it's possible. Anyway,
oh, well done.
Man, he spent a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, because it's just such a big thing. When do you ever see an E46 with a turbo under the bonnet? And I want that on show, I want it looking.
Exactly. The only compromise, well, there's 2 compromises, or 3 I suppose. The Vanos unit down here, there's a little pipe that goes down to a little holder.
Yeah.
I've made another bracket for that. That's moved out of the way slightly, which doesn't matter, that's fine. I'm going to probably replace that pipe with a flexi hose, which you can buy anyway, so it's just a high pressure pipe. And then that's down there, and then obviously the wastegate's just there. Look, the wastegate's just there.
Look at that.
The fan would go there normally, but we always take those off.
Yeah.
It'll have the aircon rad in front of there when the new one arrives. Then it'll have an oil cooler as well, separately, and the intercooler will go in the front here. So we're not running the fan on the engine, but the fan's going to go on the back of the rad here. So there'll be a bracket made for that bolts on here, and the fan will sit there.
Blimey, so everything's sort of custom made to suit the setup of this car, isn't it?
The 2 other compromises are aircon. So one of your specific things you were like, I've got to have the aircon. The aircon. I was like, okay, that's fine. There's not a prayer of having the aircon where it goes on this side with the manifold, because one, the wastegate's in the way and everything else, and nothing fits anywhere without it. So there's 2 options with that. I'm either going to make a bracket on this side and put the aircon off the belt this side. Yeah. So once everything's on, I'll have a look what room we've got. Yeah. But I'll make a bracket here where there'll be an electric aircon pump. So
that's fine.
It runs off a motor.
Okay.
So however it works, if we can't fit the pumping on the belt, we'll put an electric pump in there.
Okay, sounds good to me.
There is an option to sort it anyway.
Brilliant.
The power steering pump and all the power steering will just stay the same. That's not going to be affected. And then the only other compromise is the air filter. So I haven't figured anything out yet. It might have a gorse over the top of the front, but I have got another air filter coming. Do 88 do what's called a cobra head. So a cobra head, because it looks like a snake cobra head.
Oh, it literally does. Yeah, it actually does. It does.
So what we can do is trim that down. Yeah. And then that will give us a huge amount of airflow in there. Of course. So it's going to be enough airflow. Yes, it's not as good as just having a massive filter on the front. No. But we're not going for the full huge 900 and whatever horsepower potential. So I've checked, and the CFM on this is enough for what we need. So I'm going to work out how I'm going to utilise that and fit it in. So it may be that we have that here on there, and then we run a oval aluminium specific pipe that runs across the front into an air filter just down here. All the lambda sensor for the wideband fueling and fuel trims is in. We've got EGT here, so we can keep an eye on the exhaust gas temperature, things like that, just because obviously, you know, if it's getting very, very hot, then we don't want too much of that in the engine bay, so we'll just put like boost cuts on that, things like that, just to keep everything safe. The exhaust system's got to be done yet, so and then you need to decide kind of what you want at the back.
I just want it looking as stock as possible.
That's fine. So we'll work out a way over tailpipe or whatever kind of tailpipe you want. Yeah. And if you wanted like the F80 style carbon ones with the M in it, or if you wanted something, I don't know, it's still BMW, but it's kind of this isn't really standard, neither is anything. So we can kind of like Still do it BMW-esque, but maybe just a little bit more modern.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you could probably, I don't know what tailpipes you could have bought back in the day, or what was on the CSL, or we'll have a look and we'll decide that. That's for you. That's, I don't, you know, we'll sort whatever. But
Yeah, of course, yeah.
that's the decision to be made.
We then fast forward to December, where Will has stripped the whole underside of the car in order to refurbish the whole floor and every nut and bolt. But whilst doing this, he's noticed some rot at the rear end of the car, which is related to a common E46 problem that in our case, not only is it going to need repairing, but it's also going to need some strengthening.
Wow, Will, the car is looking very different to the last time we see it on the channel, isn't it?
Well, we've got to scrap it now, haven't we?
We're going to have to scrap it.
Yeah.
Can we not remove the art? Can we reckon I can sell the arches on eBay?
I'd scrap a lot, mate.
Scrap the lot.
So now we're doing the underside, obviously.
Yeah.
So we'd put everything in it, so we knew where everything fitted and everything like that, and we still had the rear underneath of the subframe and everything to put in. So that's the old subframe there.
Just there, yeah.
So that is the 330D, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then all the new one, well, say the M3 one is all powder coated, bushed.
Oh wow, look at that.
And everything, that's all ready to go there. The exhaust manifolds off the engine, ready to go away to be heat covered. So
Right.
for heat shielding.
Yeah.
So that's going to be done. And then when that comes back, we can then put it on the engine, put the engine back in. But in the meantime, we wanted to do all the underside of the car.
This has been a big bit for you, this underside, isn't it? Because you've been talked, even from day one, you've always been quite excited about this chapter of this project.
This is the part where I want to make it really nice underneath, so it's like brand new.
Yeah,
So
nice.
unfortunately, whilst removing a couple of parts, we've found a couple of doggy bits
Okay.
that need attention.
Annoying.
But we always had a kind of a plan to do one particular thing I'm going to mention in a minute anyway to strengthen it, so people will know about that if they know about E46 M3s. So, but starting from the front, front of the car, this chassis leg's fine, it's all nice. This one's got a little bit of corrosion here, but we're going to take all that off, take it back to bare metal, treat it all, and then that's going to be masked off. This is all going to be heat covered anyway, but that's all going to be masked off. So because we're going to Raptor the underneath of the car, but we're going to use a clear Raptor with the paint colour. So you tint the clear Raptor with the colour of the paint, and so it'll be the colour of the car underneath. Okay. And we're going to do all inside, but all in the arches is nice. So all in here is all, it's all in good condition. So the front I'm not worried about.
So just to be clear to everyone watching, so we've had the car obviously fully rebuilt from the top down.
Correct, it's all been painted on the outside.
On the outside of the car, so we've had all the arches and everything put on. We've had the engine bay painted as well.
Yes, the top half of it.
Top half of the engine bay, so down to here.
We're now going to do the underneath of the Raptor. That's the reason why that was never done
intentionally,
because we were going to Raptor it underneath. So we've got a couple of little brackets to take off, but we'll back mask it here. And then we'll do all the underneath, all the tunnel. The tunnel doesn't need to be done because it's heat shielded, but it's going to get done, so it's all mint underneath.
Okay, nice.
It looks nice. But then the issue we've got, so if you just watch on the floor there.
So
this is a, what's it called, reddish bracket kit. We have done bracket kits before on these where we're welding them up. I've never used this kit, but I've done lots of research, and this is by far the best kit, apparently.
Okay.
Now, I don't know that, it's just the research I've done. We use a specific dealer to get this stuff from, which I bought from it, and it literally came next day. Comes with a full instruction manual. It's kind of not relevant to this car in some ways, because this isn't split like an M3, because it's never had that type of work done with the chassis. So it's kind of better because we haven't got to deal with all the cracks and splits where you have to cut bits out, because if you leave the crack there, the crack will just get bigger. Like in wheels, they drill a hole, don't they, at the end of the crack to stop it going any further. You have to cut it out in there. But because this is not cracked, then we don't have to do that. But it is rotten. Back of the floors here, where the tank's been covering everything, the back of the floors. So basically, when we fit the strengthening kit, I knew that we had to set the back seat and everything out anyway. So on a coupe, it's slightly different in the car, but it's still the same floor pan basically at the back. So there's internal parts to this strengthening kit and there's external underneath parts. So we're going to have to do stuff in the car anyway. So I knew we'd have to take it's only the back seat area, and then obviously and then we'll take the boot stuff out. So this will be cut out. I'll get a proper panel, and then we'll weld a panel section in, and we'll get rid of all this rot here. And we'll do the same here. That's not going to be a big deal because the rest of the car is solid. It's only that section. and we'll put new brackets on here.
And this has purely been discovered this week because the fuel tank was there?
Yeah, you can't see most of this anyway, so
Yeah.
we kind of knew that it might need some wire wheeling or something to get rid of it and some work, but I didn't really. Didn't have holes in it, so I've used a like a pin tool juggler thing to see how strong it was. I've just literally put it over it and then it just like vibrated it all the bits off.
Okay.
Basically, we use one of these. It has these pins in it, and the air does that, and it vibrates. You can see where I've done it there, and it just gets the loose rust off.
Oh,
but
right.
You can see
there
that's very thin. But the inner sills are solid, absolutely solid.
That's good.
Yeah, and then all in here looks good. So there's a slight surface rust, but a lot of these E46 have that, or a lot worse.
So you've got this repair kit now.
So basically, you've got. If we start with these panels here, nice and simple, little strengthening plates for there.
Okay.
Okay, so that's those. That's nice and easy. Then you've got these ones. So these are shaped. So what you do, you obviously take this out.
So them studs are to hold the rear axle on.
That's the subframe. That's the
subframe.
The front subframe mounts there, the rear subframe mounts there.
So on an E46 M3, this is a very common problem with these cracking, isn't it?
They split.
They're very well known for that.
They split around.
And it's the same one, same one across the board with E46s, I guess.
Well, it's just the back axle and the power of the car. They're just not particularly strong.
They're a bit more powerful.
And the size of the wheel, the cornering capabilities, everything together really. So
this is the same sort of setup across the board.
It's the same floor pan.
Okay.
It's exactly the same. So the same thing will happen. So that will go underneath that bolt.
Yeah.
And then what you do then is obviously you line it up and then you weld up your holes.
Yeah.
And then you weld that, and then this basically I'm going to weld round it.
Yeah.
As well. And then you plenish that round so it goes to the shape. That's why all these cutouts are there.
Nice.
And then you tap it on. That's this side.
Yeah.
And then this side's the same. So same difference, but it's more of a different shape.
Yeah.
So it's all shaped there, so you weld round, weld your holes up and then tap it round and weld round it. It's a really good kit.
That is a brilliant
Anybody
kit.
wants to do it, don't buy it off eBay.
Yeah.
Cheap kit, buy one of these because it comes with a full instruction manual of how to repair everything, which is brilliant. These guys have been doing this since 2012.
Okay.
So I checked, they've been doing this kit for 12 years, I believe.
Yeah.
I hope that's right. This is version 3, so they've developed it over the years. They haven't given us it for free. I've paid full price for it to get it because, you know, we want the right kit, and I think it's really good.
Wicked.
Not gonna lie. We just also talked as well because you really want the boot floor as well, don't you?
I do really want the boot floor.
It's got a boot floor in it, which
Yeah.
is basically a sheet steel one that's been swaged for strength.
To be clear, what we're trying to achieve with the boot floor is in a touring, it would have a full spare wheel, which we've cut out. The reason for that is in the boot of an M3 coupe, under the carpet, there is no spare wheel. There's a semicircular foam piece that has a pump and a few other bits inside. Again, because we want it looking like an original car, this is an absolute must.
We were just talking then and we were like, look, if we're doing this,
We've got it all out now, and it's just
I'm taking all the back out anyway. If I'm welding it up, it's all coming out and it's getting covered, you know. So
it would be good to get a proper M3 coupe boot floor. I know.
So I'll get a panel.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if we can get that welded
That
in
would be
there.
so good.
Now, before we get into the juicy part of the video where Will has made a crazy amount of progress, let me rewind back to when we first bought the donor car and the base car for the project. Because believe it or not, this bit was so challenging. I wanted to find two cars that were both completely clear on a car vertical report. The reason for that was, one, because on the donor car, we obviously had to cut the arches off and we didn't want arches that were full of filler. And then the base car, because that's going to be the final car for the project, that needed to be a good solid chassis with a nice clear background history check. So if you look at the history check on the M3, you'll see that it is all green ticks on car vertical. The latest mileage record on that car was in excess of 150,000 miles, but that didn't matter, of course, because we were fully rebuilding the engine. Now, what's also quite nice about both cars is they're both 2002 model cars. And something else I really wanted to find was a touring, one with a sunroof as mentioned earlier, but two with as little owners as possible. And R1 has had a total of 3 owners from new, which I think is amazing. If you want to find out details of your car, I'll link car vertical in the description below. Make sure when you do a car check, you use my code CCD to get 20% off. Now let's see all of the magic that Will's done on the underside of the car and in the engine bay.
Right, let's do it. Right, so let's introduce the world to the next section of the video. Do not vape, by the way. Vape is bad for you. We've got some good news and some bad news. Good news is we're here with another chapter of the M3 touring video. The bad news is, I say bad news, it's not where we kind of expect, we wanted to get an engine running by the end of this video, but in fairness to Will, yeah, I've overstepped the mark by thinking that that was possible, because the amount of work that was been involved with getting the car to this stage today has been so much more than I could. This is like, for me, this is a first. I've never done a car. I say I've done it. You know, I've never been involved with
It's like literally nut and bolt underneath.
Literally everything is brand new, and I've probably said that a lot throughout this video, but
it genuinely is.
it literally is. And we both had a vision for this car when the story begun many years ago, and it just had to be perfect. It had to be perfect.
In the vision at the minute, but we just want to keep it that way. So, you know, I think timescale wise, things are taking longer because we're just doing more, and we're doing more because the car deserves it. You know, Daz has done a great job of the paintwork. The car looks lovely. Dave the trimmer, interior, out this world, same like the paint. So the problem with that is that because everyone's done such a great job, it falls on me now. So if I don't, then everyone's going to look at it and go, well, the trim's mint, paint's mint, oh, look at the mechanicals, it's
the expectation's been set now.
Yeah,
the bar has been set.
Not that I wouldn't have wanted to do it any other way, but I'm doing what it deserves.
Your view of what a car should be, your idea of correct, is you've got a very high standard. Like your standard, that's why this relationship started, because your standards are extremely high.
They are high, and I can't always do it like that because customer only has a certain amount of money, or we can only get certain products, or we don't get the opportunity to. But this is an opportunity for me. I mean, it's not that there's no budget for this, but it was kind of like the things that I'm doing, nuts and bolts, they all cost money, and it needed this anyway, because our donor car was a 160,000 mile broken engine M3. So you would not have wanted me to just put 160,000 mile parts under it.
No, I wouldn't.
So you wouldn't want that. So we knew that we were going to do that anyway. So we're not doing anything over what we thought. But in actual fact, once we started taking it apart, we've refurbished everything we possibly can to save money, because you can't buy everything from BMW. And if we did, it'd be more than the price of an M3 theoretically, by the body shop, etc. So what we are doing is everywhere possible, making it as brand new as we can. Powerflex been involved. Done us some Powerflex bushers, Flexo Mark Ash at Awesome GTI, because he does a great deal on that. We've also bought some Turner Motorsport, which is the American company who are really, really like mega in the BMW industry. Their roll bars, which are like really the best you can buy. The billet rear diff case, loads of beautiful. Loads of really
so
good
let's
bits.
talk about where we were. I can't remember where we were last part.
This was like
this was bare underneath.
Yeah,
and
we'd found the rust, basically.
The rust was at this section of the car, wasn't it?
No, the boot floor was flat.
The boot floor, sorry, yeah.
It was flat, and although nothing wrong with it, when we looked at it, we knew that if somebody looked underneath, the trained eye would have said, that's not an M3 boot floor. And because of everything else that was so good, we got to the point and it was like, you were like, Will, you're going to have to weld an M3 boot floor in. And I was like, okay. So we then bought an M3 boot floor section, which comes with chassis legs. So we had to unpick it from the chassis legs, and then we put the actual M3 boot
show
floor
everyone
in.
Under here. Look, this is unreal. Look at that. So when we open up the boot floor mat now, it's M3.
It will have the toolkit and everything as it should in an M3.
Yeah.
And then what we'll then do on top of that is, see, the back part of the interior hasn't been touched yet. So we'll renew or make nice the boot floor carpet and stuff that goes that you lift up hatch that a Touring has. We'll make all that nice as well.
Nice.
We were missing a part for the roof line and a seal, but we managed to get hold of what that came from Germany.
But again, it's another like example of trying to source a part.
Because you couldn't buy that brand new anymore. And then there was so many things where you could buy. Like the window scrapers, the internal window scrapers, you can buy 3, not 1.
Yeah.
So
okay. It's perfection. That's what we're striving for. We're striving for perfection, and me and you, we're being patient to get the job right. Like this car, we want it to be a show winner. We want it to be at shows. We want people to appreciate it. We want to get it to in front of BMW and maybe show them the extent that this car's been done to. It's
big trouble when they found out.
Well, they'll appreciate it. They'll appreciate it. But obviously, we work closely with BMW now ourselves. So I think for us, it just gels our
you know, I love for that.
Well, I've been working closely with the parts guy. Yeah, I know. Shout out to Michael at Wollaston.
Really?
Very patient.
That's good.
Me stressing before your show because I wanted to get it there, and I was like, mate, where are these bits? And he's like, well, they're on back order. I can't tell you. I was like, no, I need it. Can't get it on the floor. Top mounts for the front. Trying to get those. It's been a battle, but he's been absolutely amazing as an employee, and I believe he knows who you are, so he's been very helpful because of that, things like that. So
that's good.
Yeah, this wasn't cracked on the floor like an M3 normally is, all split everywhere. Because so this was a perfect one to start with. We fitted the kit underneath the car, now in the top of the boot floor, but the back of where the seat is, because it doesn't have the firewall. There's bits that out of that kit you can't fit because it doesn't exist in the car because it's touring. But everything else has been fitted, even down to we bought a fuel tank repair kit, which is this bracket here, because this was all rotten and this is all solid now. It's all been repaired.
New fuel tank?
Well, no, the fuel tank, this is the one out of the M3 out the back.
Are you serious?
So we completely refurbed it. Darcy, bless him, has had been down, spent 3 weeks refurbishing parts.
Look how amazing it is. Even like the grey Raptor.
Yeah, so we've done all the underseal Raptor underneath.
So the underseal's been dyed the same colour as the car.
So we used the paint code, which is silver grey, and we've basically dyed the Raptor so the underneath the car's same colour. All these little plastic boxes here, all brand new. All these little clips that run along the alarms, along the arms, all new. All these little brackets here that are all rotten, these are all brand new with bolts. You've got obviously upgraded rear roll bar again. Bill Stein gave us a set of B16 coilovers, which
amazing.
Is mega.
Big love to Bill Stein.
Yeah, these are going to be so comfortable. And we can set bump and rebound. It's globally adjustable there, so you just turn this knob and you can go up and down. So if it's too hard, we can just drop it down a notch. One notch will make a difference. Drop it down, and obviously you've got the adjustable ride height with the spring adjusters as well.
Wow.
So we can stiffen the back. If it's too soft, and we can stiffen the back up. If the front's lifting or diving, we can do that as well. So
that's unreal.
I mean, there's so much I can talk about. The billet rear diff cover. This
beautiful.
Strengthens the diff up, and it's got this airflow. The normal one has an airflow, but this one's optimised to cool the diff. All the bolts for the drive shafts. All the drive shafts have been refurbed where we can, because obviously buying new shafts, everything's like that's another 550 plus VAT times 2.
Yeah.
So we've refurbed what we can, so that we don't have to just keep throwing money at it, because you just end up a 100, 150 grand car, because people will say, how'd you do that? But it's like that two things there. That's over £1,000 plus VAT. That's just two things.
Yeah.
You only need 100 items.
Yeah.
A big
and
amount.
There's more than 100 items
well,
to go through.
Yeah, not everything costs.
No, I know.
It just soon adds
but
up.
sorry, before we wandered to the front of the car, I know the brakes aren't where we want them to be at the minute. But
yeah, so
this rear wheel arch line here. So we've got rear.
Well, this is all out the coupe, and we've made that fit into the. You only need a little bit of adjustment.
They've custom made that out.
Well, it's the coupe one, slightly modified, and then we've put the mounting points in so that it all bolts in. So you've got the cover, so you don't see the back, because obviously people had seen that and were like, "Oh, you can still see the bits." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll figure that out." It's got an old disc on at the minute, which
EBC are doing the front brakes, which we've got, and I think we might have showed in this video already.
Yep.
The rear brake.
So they don't do a brake kit for the rear.
Okay.
So what I've done is it warrants 4 pots on the rear. So we've got this bracket, bolts on here, goes on the original disc, so you still use the original disc, and then that caliper will go over the top once this is trimmed. Sit over. They're a rear Porsche Boxster Cayman. Everybody uses these calipers for everything because they're so readily available, because they made so many, and they fitted most Porsches from 2000 to 2007 or 8, I think. So we found a really good set from a well-known Porsche breaker on eBay, and they check that the bleed nipples actually undo before they send them out, which is a very important thing, because if you snap, you've got to get it drilled out, etc. So these will be refurbished in black, and they'll have a BMW M badge put on them.
Nice.
So we can't put an EBC badge on because it's a conflict of interest on that.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where we'll get that to fit, and then EBC are going to hook us up with some red stuff pads. Red stuff's low dust, so we don't want dust on your wheels. And red stuff will be nice for the back. So we do that for the back. Everything, I mean, all the bushes and bolts everywhere, it's just all been...
Even the M logos on the arms there,
you still see those, didn't grind them off.
Yeah.
The back, we've got the heat shield down here, plus some fuel pipes. That goes under the back here, so it'll be factory heat shielded for the exhaust.
Again, brand new.
Yeah, we managed to get that. That took a few days to come. It took about 10 days, but it came. We've also got here, this is basically, I mean, it's attached to a load of other things. This is the fuel filter cover. It bolts under the car. And then we've got the pipe work. We've also got the radium fuel filter and fuel pipe kit. It's all radium high pressure pump in a tank. We've got the extra pump on this side. So there's a Beamer Forum or whatever it is, do a pump so that it pumps from that side to this side, because otherwise you get fuel surge. So it's had that modification inside as well. So rather than it trying to draw from there and suck over on a suck pipe, it's got an actual pump in there as well, which is all, so it pumps over into the main thing.
Wow.
Main pump for this. That will fit inside the original clamp in there like that.
Okay.
And then the fuel, all the original fuel lines go up to there, and then we've got a radium fuel rail, fuel pressure regulator, everything. Then that cover there that's in that cut, you can't see it, that's all a brand new cover that goes here to stop impacting on the fuel system underneath. So that's all there. Then down the car here, we've got the heat shields from the M3 outside, which have been all cleaned up. We've got new ones of these. We've got a packet of those.
So yeah. All these bolts here, Will's not happy that they're the old bolts, so Will's going to have
managed to get a packet of
replacing them
10 or whatever it was from BMW. So we've got those, so we'll put those on so it all looks new. And then so it's all shielded on the lower mount for the rear mount there. And then obviously your steering all couples up here. All the exhaust system and turbos all been covered. Imaco's done that for us. And then you've got your billet steel flywheel here with your Helix billet clutch. It's organic, but it's high pressure. So, and it's an organic clutch, so it's not too on and offy. But I'm told this will hold the torque and the power that we're going to do with the car.
Which is important. So again, what we're trying to achieve here is a comfortable, drivable, usable show car with big power.
Clutch.
Yeah, and like Will said about suspension earlier, we've got the ability to adjust it to suit, to give us a good ride comfort, which is important as well. So moving on.
Front hubs have been completely refurbed with new bearings and everything. They are down here, I'll grab one of those. So, all like the bolts, even like these, the bolts for the backing plates, were all rusted and sheared inside. So we've even drilled them all out, helicalled that one. So if we want to put a backing plate on, we can. So had new bearings and hub, new ABS pickup, new back shields, new nut, and then that will basically, it's actually the other side, bolt on, and then the EB shield go on there, the Bilstein strut will go in, etc. But I mean, even that was proper rusty. But the problem is when you powder coat stuff like that, so that's all been sort of done, ready to go on as well.
Reconditioned, yeah.
Brake pipes, EBC with the brake kit supplied a full set of braided brake lines, so we've got those for it.
Excellent.
The brake lines, so you can buy, so obviously the brake lines off the car outside were rotten, so BMW sell you, rather than putting a load of old copper, like made up copper brake lines.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for the others to come, but this is basically how they come. So EBC, BMW send you this, and you use the original brake pipe, which we've got, and a bending tool. So we bend this brake pipe so it looks like the original shape.
Nice.
And then that fits on the car. So that's a factory brake line.
Wow.
So that's what we're doing with all the
that's what we want to achieve.
A lot of people do this. It's not just me,
but
I'm just explaining it so people know the extent that we're not just like, I could just make some copper lines up or some copper nickel ones, which is a bit of a darker colour, a bit stronger. I could just make them up. But I'm gonna sit there and think, well, I could have bought those, and they're not expensive.
Just a little bit more money.
But yeah, literally not. I mean, one of them was 40 quid, the other one was like £3 or something, so it was cheap.
Oh, really? £3? It's only another £3.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't seem that much more money. So like the labour to put the bits on the end is nothing anyway. But it's a proper steel pipe. So steel pipe's obviously going to be stronger than a copper one. Although I've never seen anyone buy a copper one. So that's that. And yeah, there's just, I mean, I've got bits everywhere. But even down to like the carpet on the tunnel at the top here, it said M3 on it. So we swapped that over. The bit in the top we swapped over. The wiring loom for the inside the car for the electric seats, I've unpicked it all out of the M3 shell out the back because it's got the electric memory seats, so as a control unit. So that's part of the loom, and I can't put the loom in. It's too big a job, and we don't need that. So I've unpicked the whole electric memory seat loom, which was fun, and I'm going to retape that up with the proper furry tape. and then I'm going to retrofit that into this car so that it's basically got the electric memory seats fully working in the car, so it'll be like it came from BMW, although not quite. Yeah, literally. I mean, I could go on for hours.
I was going to say, the one thing we have not spoken about in this section of the video yet is the engine.
Yeah, engine's back in.
So the engine's now...
Sump. So when we did it before, we didn't have time to blast the sump, so we had the engine back out because we did all the chassis legs, because it had little bits of corrosion, so we've got rid of all that. The subframe I'd painted by hand, so I wasn't happy with that, so I sent that away, had that powder coated, new bolts, new rack bolts, new rack arms. M3, as you can see here, it's got the M badge. These are all the proper M3 brand new lower arms from BMW. So, yeah. And then you've got your, obviously the roll bar we know about. So the sump, I had the sump back off. We'd only put it on with a couple of bolts for last year, so I had it back off, blasted it all, that's all done. And then we've mounted all the ancillaries on because we need to figure out the aircon.
Yeah.
So none of this is bolted on, this is all going to be refurbed. Yeah. And there's a bottom pulley to go on there. But yeah, that's basically the next thing for us, is to figure out whether or not we're going to put an aircon pump in there, which I don't think we're going to be able to fit. There's a company that exists that does retrofit aircon, and they do an electric aircon pump. And because we've literally got no room anywhere and turbo and all sorts there, that's where the aircon would have gone. Yeah. And to fit it in here is going to be relatively difficult. Yeah. So I think we're going to run an electric aircon pump in the engine bay still, and that will just be triggered. We'll trigger it via the original aircon system. Perfect. And it'll be an electric pump. So we're going to put the aircon rad. So I was wondering when I was going to fit that, but there's a nice 3-inch gap there. There's plenty of room. Sound. So intercool's going to be painted black. So big 100mm core. Fitting, because we talked about this in the video. So we've machined all the Kevlar front out, made a bracket at the top, all the backing, this bit that comes all the way down has been trimmed so it all looks original. When the bumper's on, it will just look kind of there. Factory, yeah. So, you know, it's just, yeah, it's hours and hours.
It's a big job. This is like, I was going to say the best bit. I think it is. I suppose the rear end is the best bit, because that sort of makes it. I mean,
when the front end's on and the brakes, that'll just look the same as the rear. Yeah. Just because it's not on yet, you can't appreciate how nice it's going to look. It's going to look lovely.
But it's a work of art.
You can now see the heat shielding. So Darcy's made this heat shield here.
Yeah. Oh, because that's what he was doing last time.
That's all around the legs, so none of that's going to burn. We're going to put gold tape on here. Yeah. That's all done. So I mean, it's been me, Darcy, and Matt, and we've literally spent hours and hours. Matt's put all the back end together, just every little detail. Putting stuff on, taking it back off, putting it on, taking it back off, changing bolts, getting it right. This is just on for looks. If we run it, we'll just take that off. Okay, so now. We don't need that on to run the car. And this, you can almost touch this. You can't, but you can almost touch it. So that probably wouldn't melt with that there.
So Will's thinking from a fire safety precaution.
Yeah, well, we don't want to melt that and then burn the car down. Yeah, we spend all the time on it. So 100% that's where we're at. So, cool. That's kind of beautiful. Kind of where we are. All the servo pipe for the brakes all done. The water pipes are mocked. We've got a little pipe to go, adapter to go in here. So the header tank sits where the turbo is normally. So I had this off like a, I don't know, old Vauxhall or something. But we're probably going to end up putting something like that. Okay. Either there, or it's probably going to go in the top here somewhere. So we're going to run an aluminium or some sort of header tank for the radiator system, because it goes over there. We can't fit it there, so it's going to go over here. And then to fill that is another thing we need to do. Power steering, that's all on now, and you can see the alternator and everything like that. It's just, we'll either get that. I think I'm just going to send that away. Have it refurbished. Makes sense, yeah. So rather than trying to buy a brand new alternator, it's going to be horrendous. So. Yeah, of course. But yeah, I mean, and then all this in here, all this carpet that was all knackered, that's all brand new. You know, all this was the bit out the M3 out the back. So, you know, there's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of bits. So. But we still need a rear windscreen, rear window, because it's got that score mark from when it was a car. So. And that's dough. Yeah, we'll find one. But it's not broken and it works. So at the minute, that's when you look at the back of the car, you see that. That will annoy you. Yeah, because you'll see it in your rear view mirror. But that could be done like last. Yeah, of course. So we're just concentrating on all the bits that are kind of like, that's that new shaft that I said I was on about the shaft that was all rotten on the other one. That's that new shaft in there, so.
Nice. So what we're going to be doing, as far as this car is concerned, there's no rush. Like, there is no rush. Like, it's getting done. It's making some amazing content along the way, and there's going to be more videos on it, of course. We've got
every
the ECU.
week we're going to be like, we've got these. All these parts have just turned up now.
Yeah.
So we can literally finish off majority of the fuel system and the heat shields under the back. Then it can go and have the intercooler pipes made and exhaust.
It's like we're on the home straight now, isn't it? It feels
it's going back together. It wasn't before.
Yeah, exactly.
It was coming apart, and then when we took the back axle off, and I was like, it's rotten.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
But there's going to be no more of them sort of
No, we're not undoing it. We're doing it up.
We're going forward,
Yeah, we're doing it up now.
So
we're on the do-up stage.
So although my unrealistic expectation of the engine not starting in this video hasn't happened, I am so pleased with the progress the car's made, and I'm excited for an up-and-coming video where we're going to get it running, because I'm looking forward to hearing that thing start. Seeing what power it runs, driving the car. We've got so much more exciting stuff ahead of us on the journey of this car. So
absolutely loads.
Gives everyone at home a good reason to hit that subscribe button. And I think for now we'll leave this.
Let's do the video as is.
We'll leave it as is.
People can see it then.
Yeah.
Because there is a big difference. Massive difference.
Massive. This car has come on leaps and bounds in the time that we've done this video. So we'll leave this here.
Yep. And look forward to the next one when it's going to be running.
We'll get back filming straight away for the next chapter of the M3 Touring.